Welcome back to CALMSDEN Farm for episode 15 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, it's 4:45. Still the first part of January. I haven't moved on yet because the two harvesting contracts on field 13 here and field 17 on there have now offered up cultivating contracts. I'm going to try and get my field cultivated as well. Plus the money has gone down quite dramatically, so I want to try and build that back up again. It's gone down for a reason. I'm not going to divulge that reason until, well, tomorrow morning, probably, in-game. You can probably already guess. And it may be, I might have even showed you on the thumbnail already, which I do. Again, you might notice that, I'd hope you noticed, the sound is better. I'm switching backwards and forwards between headsets and mic options. I'm trying all different things. Is it funny how you get into one situation? Let's get this going, actually. The other thing I was going to do was turn down some of the options. I'm going to turn down the master volume, I'm going to turn down the vehicle volume again. I've only got it on 40% now, but I've noticed when I'm doing my editing, as I get closer to vehicles, it doesn't matter what my mic settings are on, it's really hard to hear. So I'm thinking, how much lower do I need to set them? Anyway, so I'm going to have a fiddle around with all those, but that being said, let's drop that down. So I've borrowed the equipment for one of the contracts but not the other, and I'm going to use the same for both contracts. And then once I've got a worker going on these to get these done, I will then get mine going over on field 2. As far as field 2 went, I got it complete. We have got in storage 83,569 litres of sorghum. If you add to that the 29,500 litres, the full trailer load that we added to what we got off the contract and took over to the bakery, we got off that field 113,069. So I said I was hoping we'd get over 100, then I was hoping we'd get over 110, well we got 113. So not too bad at all off field 2, very happy with that. Rest of the field is still growing. I'm still not getting contracts coming up on these two fields next to me here. So I'll get that on an angle. Where are we? Yeah, field 14 and 25. I've had nothing come up on those at all. This is a big field. It's going to take ages. But it's one of those things I can leave chugging away once I've got a worker going. That can just off and go. You know, I can get on with other things. You know, whatever it might be. Housework, chores, admin, anything. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a bit of a kind of where I'm at, what we're doing, rather than just jump straight to tomorrow morning and the money's gone up and down and it doesn't really explain why. I think both of these contracts pay out over 30 grand. Obviously one of them will be a little bit lower because I've borrowed equipment, because I've just realised I'm going to come at an angle here. If we go down to contracts, one's 36, one's 34. I can't remember which one was the equipment was for, but regardless, I think it was about 5 grand. So that's going to be 60, 70 grand, take off 5, so 65 grand for those two. Absolute result. I'll chug through those. Hopefully I'll be able to continue to cultivate even if it starts snowing. No reason why not. It's not like harvesting. I don't know if you can see from here actually. Actually, you know what we'll do while we're here, I'm going to whiz over and I'm going to show you. I know I keep saying about the sugar, and I know it's obvious now, sugar production is insane and crazy and all the rest of it, but this is bonkers crazy. Bonkers crazy, same thing, isn't it? Someone messaged me the other day to say they like the fact I use the word bonkers, and where was it they come from? Scandinavian country. They don't use the word very often. And he said, what does it mean? I said, it just means mad. It means a little bit, you know, bonkers. It's mad, crazy, a little bit nutty, you know. Oh, another one. Yeah. So they're just... they're piling up. They really are piling up. But like I said, I'd rather do it this way and use my forklift to just take them just round the corner to Aunt Emma's sell point, which seems to be the best price for sugar, than put them on sell and get a really weird reduced price just because I can't be bothered to move them with the forklift. And that same sort of thing I can do is when I've got these cultivating fields going on a worker, I can then spend a bit of time just moving them. Why not? You know, get the maximum I can out of it. It was sitting at 1,000 and climbing. I said the other day 2,000. It wasn't. I was getting about 2,000, but that was for 2 pallets worth. So yeah, about 1,000. It's going back up again. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. See you in the second half of January. Possibly more snow on the ground. I'll have more milk to do. I don't know. We'll see how the butter continues, but the next load of milk, I might just take the milk over to the bakery, and that'll be everything I need to start producing cake. So we could actually get cake production underway as well. Might as well give it a go. So the second part of January, it's a frosty kind of morning, although the snow hasn't settled, which is great, and judging by the forecast, I think we're going to be all right. Apologies for the absence, say enforced absence, kind of. Again, 6 o'clock tonight, apparently it's going to snow, temperature's going to drop. February saying snow, we'll see what happens. A race against time again, potentially, although I've just realised something again. But the money had gone down. I did the cultivating contracts, did the cultivating of field 2. I did all the sugar. You saw that. That's all been sold, and the money's gone back up again. What I bought second hand was this. I bought the John Deere T550. It's going to need some work. We kind of know that, I guess. I bought a header trailer. I think the header trailer's too big, but I'm pretty sure the other trailer I've got, the header trailer's too small. So I might swap the 2 header trailers. Well, no, that's the John Deere one now. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's too big or not. I should remember. I was looking now thinking that does look ridiculous on there. It doesn't matter, I'm sure it'll be fun. So we're going to take this back and work out where we're going to store it. It's going to be a little bit trickier with this header trailer for parking. The other ones are more direct, hasn't got a swivel axle at the front. I have got the sowing contract I've taken on field 17. Sorghum is going back into field 17. And we're going to be taking some things to the biogas plant. So anyway, yeah, my apologies, because this is the first day in 4 days, I think, where I've been feeling okay, kind of well, and I've had enough. The dreaded lurgy struck again. It's my second time of having it, and I think when I made the last video, it didn't go down too well, did it? Me complaining and moaning about the contracts being tampered with and that kind of thing. People weren't very happy, from what I gather. I think I was already under the influence of the illness. Now, I talked as well about my daughters, my twin daughters. It's their birthday today. Well, at the time of recording this, depends when this gets posted. And they had all these plans. We were supposed to be going out for brunch as a family. We were all going to get up and we were going to go out, and they booked a table. We were going to go for brunch. Then later on this afternoon, early evening, my brother and all his family were coming, and we were going out for dinner. We were going to go for drinks. They'd booked a couple of tables at sort of nightclub bar thing. We were all going to go on to that, and you know, it was going to be brilliant. And then on Wednesday, CLEG tested positive. Then one of the twins tested positive, then I got ill, and then MrSealyp got ill. So yeah, wonderful. All those plans all gone out the window. My brother and his family are now not coming because obviously they don't want to catch it. And yeah, we can't go out for brunch, we can't go to dinner, we can't. Now, when I say can't, here's the weird thing. Because something that struck me, because a few people have kind of mentioned along these lines, the only trouble is it's very tight getting around some of these areas. trying to get that head around. As you probably noticed when I was moving stuff around the other day, and I kept hitting things, that might be alright. That a couple of people had said, well, it doesn't matter now because all the restrictions have been lifted, so you can do whatever you want. You can still go. CLEG's boss, when she first messaged her, said, well, you know, all the restrictions have been lifted. You can still come into work. If you've been, you know, double jabbed or that kind of thing, you can still come in. Now, the thing I think people seem to be missing, which kind of I find more weird, is yes, okay, maybe they have decided, you know what, let's lift the restrictions. But that's not to say you still don't feel like death, because it's not. For me, this is the second time of having it, and badly. I had 2 days where I could barely lift my head off the pillow. Where I know I said this before when I had it. I came down and thought, you know what, I need to put a video out. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to get my next CALMSDEN episode done. I came down, sat here, and thought, I've got to go and lay down. Every time I started to record or speak or just sit in here for a prolonged period of time, and it sounds ridiculous, and if you haven't had it, it probably won't mean anything. But I know it has zero energy. Felt like the worst case of flu I've ever had in my entire life. That's not really the best place for that. I'm going to leave the header trailer there, but I think I'm going to put this around the back. Then we're going to grab the seeder, go and start on field 17, and then I think what I'm going to do is we're going to take some stuff to the biogas plant, because we've got slurry from the cows, we've got manure from the cows. We haven't taken anything there yet. I also want to take a silage bale, because I want to check something out that I'm curious about. So yeah, so it's that thing of, it's all well and good people saying, companies, businesses, your boss, whoever, it's okay, you can still come in. If you can, if you don't feel like you know you're just going to pass out every 2 seconds, or you know, it's unbelievable. It's just knocked me absolutely sideways. And of course, typically, you know, I do my mod reviews day in, day out. Now, I put up a Let's Play on Wednesday, and then Wednesday, mod-wise, there was one mod. I was feeling a little bit ropey, starting to feel a little bit unwell, so I thought, well, okay, you know what, it's one mod, I won't do a mod review today. And then, of course, Thursday and Friday, mods came out, quite a few of them, some, what I would say, significant mods. You know, I know it's difficult to kind of explain, but it's not really, I suppose you all understand, but it's one of those things people don't like to talk about, or, you know, I've had conversations with people before where, and I'm a very strong advocate of the fact that if someone's put the time and effort into making a mod, jumping in, and they've put their mod out and it's passed testing, and it, you know, then, and I'm reviewing mods, then I'll review mods. Because some people said to me, oh, why do you review all of them? You should just pick the best ones. How do you define the best ones? You know, to me, what I think is a fantastic mod, other people might think don't like it, it's pointless. You know, so how do you define, you know, what is the best mod? This is weird, because I thought I'd filled this up. I think it needs some work when we bought it, because this was second hand as well. So yeah, of course they released some mods, and I think what I might do, depending on how I'm feeling, maybe Sunday, I might do a kind of roundup, a sort of pick of the week mods. I know a few modders do that. Map makers, no, YouTubers do it. They do a kind of pick of the week, top mods, or whatever you want to refer to it as. And it's, like I say, it's how I kind of categorise mods, in that I will, hang on, that's what I meant to do. Have I got any more in there? Yeah. Let me just switch that to sorghum. There we go. And close that. Yeah, so that kind of categorising. So I will normally do my mod reviews, and I will review every single mod. And like I said, people will, you know, you should say something with FS19, you know, if it's another day we've got loads of 3-metre cultivators, why are you bothering? And like I say, because people have taken the time, taken the effort to make a mod, and you imagine, like I said, if it's your first mod, the first mod you've ever made, you've had a go, you've worked out how to do all of the, you know, all of the files, all the conversion, all the texture, and all the, you know, and it's no mean feat. If you've been modding for a long time and it's second nature to you and it's easy, then you'll be like, yeah, well, you know, that's fair enough. But when you look at some of the mods that come out from some modders, at very high levels, that are very complex, then you might look at something basic and simple and go, yeah, well, that's easy. If it's your first mod ever and you've taken all that time and you're just hoping someone reviews it, and then that person or people decide, oh, you know, I'm not going to review all mods anymore, I'm just going to pick my favourites, it's got to be a bit kind of heartbreaking, really. Anyway, that's my normal kind of, so normally I will do everything. So then the question then gets asked, why don't you just pick? And like I've said, how do you pick? How do you choose what you think is better than something else? So my way of looking at it is not whether it's better than something else or not. Like I've said with mods before, is it different? Does it bring something new to the table? Is it something that changes your style of gameplay? Not necessarily, you know, when I say game changer, normally it will change the way you play the game, or potentially can change the way you play the game, but also from your perspective, something that changes the way you changes the way you play the game isn't necessarily a game changer. I always kind of look for that. There's the extra ingredient, you know. I know it's that cheesy kind of that X factor, something a little bit different. This is really tight, this one. Yeah, that X factor. What is it that's different about it that makes you go, oh, well, you know what, that's brilliant, you know. So it won't necessarily just be the way you play, but there'll be something else about it that just brings that extra element that's like, wow. Well, the ground does look a little bit frosty, doesn't it? Or has that been limed? I think it's been limed, hasn't it? I better check I'm in the right place. Field 17 with sorghum. Yeah, let's open this out. Oh, I didn't repair it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Doesn't matter which way around. And weirdly, I always go that way around the field, but this time I'm going to change things up. Why not? Let's turn that on. Drop it down. I was going to say this is going to be one of a few episodes I've done recently where it's going to be a straight through record. I'm just going to go for it. But I think I will have to do a bit of an edit somewhere. Yeah, so so I was looking at the mods over Thursday and Friday, and kind of looking to say to myself, which ones to me kind of stand out, as something different. So it brings something different to the table. It's a different design element. There's something, something about it that's different enough, to, I say warrant, that sounds really arrogant, doesn't it? And I think that's another big element of when I do mod reviews. It's that arrogance, or perceived arrogance. It's not an arrogance, it's that perceived arrogance of, you're just picking what you think's okay, or you pick your favourites, or that. That's not necessarily the case either. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Anyway, all of that being said, that was all just a long-winded way of me saying what I'm probably going to do is maybe tomorrow I'm going to have a look at the ones that came out, because I'm sitting, as I'm recording this now, I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure. I sat down thinking, I feel much better today. And it's weird because I'm asthmatic. I've been asthmatic since I was 7 years old. Since I was a little kid, I developed asthma. And the one thing I found the first time I got the dreaded lurgy, my breathing horrendous, and everyone talked about long lurgy. That I would say, if you've got respiratory problems of any description, for me that's the thing that has hit me the most, and I've struggled with the most since the first time I had it. And now I'm thinking, I feel really kind of breathless and a bit. Anyway, so my intention is to finish this and maybe do that tomorrow. And then of course what they do, they drop the news about precision farming as well. Just thanks ever so much. You go days and days and days, weeks, whatever, and nothing. You do your mod reviews, you plod away, and so the precision farming release information put out as a blog on the website and on Twitter and on Discord and all that. The release date is going to be the 19th of April for precision farming for FS22, which is brilliant. So I thought, you know what, just make a video on that. And same thing, I sat and I thought, but really looking through the blog information, what I can extrapolate from it, there's some nice pictures, which is great, and it says new precision farming features in FS22. Crop sensors, that's new. Environmental score, well, that's the information you get. I kind of think so. Variable rate seeding and drilling, we had that before. Variable rate weed control, we had that. and variable rate manure fertilising is a little bit different, but we had variable rate fertilising before. I'm not sure about the manure because I didn't really do much manure spreading when I did precision farming on Attingham and that kind of stuff on FS19. But for me, the crop sensors is cool, and it shows some pictures of a tractor with its boom sprayer on the back with this big sensor around the front. And the whole point about it is that it's that variable rate application, and what it's supposed to do, it goes along, and I mentioned it when precision farming came out a while back. There's a lot of tulip growers and all carrots and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, in Holland was where I first saw all the videos on it, and they have these robots, and they go along and they have sensors and cameras, and they recognise weeds. It's amazing. They recognise the weeds, and that tells then the sprayer where it needs to spot apply, you know, whatever it is it's spot applying, whether it's fungicide or herbicide or pesticide or whatever's being put down, which is incredible, just absolutely astounding. So yeah, there's this newfangled sensor array, and that's all very lovely. But for me, the thing that stands out more than anything else is soil map purchase, which I think is very cool. Now, it does say the focus of new precision farming DLC lies in completely new gameplay mechanics. I'm assuming that's all been revised. It says we're bringing back soil types, soil sampling, variable rate fertilisation and economic analysis, but they're improving on them. If you can't or won't spend the time to take soil samples by yourself, which I know a lot of people complained about and said that the soil sampling radius of the machine was too small, and on much bigger fields and much bigger maps it took absolutely ages, which I can say on Attingham, which wasn't a massive map, it took a long time. Now you can acquire soil maps from a service provider directly. So if you've got the money sitting there, you can buy a soil map. So if you haven't got the time or don't want to spend ages going out and doing your dot sampling across a field, you can just buy a soil map. Now, I don't know how that's going to work, as in-game mechanics, how that's going to be. I would assume there's going to be a separate precision farming tab. You'll probably be able to go on there. Now, whether that's going to be you buy a soil map per field or for the entire map, or I don't know how that's going to work, but that's big. That's a massive change. I know they have said there's going to be more stuff coming further down the line because they are working on it all. And there's a load more companies involved because this was all done with the EIT, wasn't it? I can't remember, mine's gone blank as to what it stood for. Co-funded by the European Union, John Deere were involved. There's a whole load of new companies. The University of Reading, the University of Hohenheim, I think it's called. Who else? Obviously Giants are involved. Institute of, just trying to look, see if I can find it. Animal Reproduction and Food Research, the Polish Academy of Sciences. Yeah, so it's it's cool. And of course they dropped all that information and some nice screenshots and stuff. So I thought, right, I saved the screenshots, and I sat there and thought, no, got to go and lay down. Not feeling so good. So yeah, typically, one of those things. So that was kind of all off the back of me just saying an apology, really. Frustrating for me, obviously. Not all I can do. What I'm going to do is another round. Then I'm going to set a worker off to do the rest of this. I'm going to check to make sure I am doing the right thing. 9% progress, that's great. I'm hoping, I'm assuming it's just harvesting contracts that are affected by the changes. A few people did message me actually when I know I was complaining, I apologise, and it was only when I kind of went back, not when I edited actually, but when I had a look at some of the comments. Apologies, I haven't been responding to the comments very much of late. I have been reading as many as I can. There are just so many. I've been struggling to kind of get through them all, and I've been kind of looking at them and scanning through, and a few people have said they're having problems as well since the changes, and I don't know why it didn't do it before. If they get a contract, and it might be for a harvest, it gives a location to sell their product, that if they own it or they're operating, I'm trying to think what the actual specifics were. That if that facility has a processing speed and it processes X amount of product per month. One of them, I think, might have been Bear and Papa, but somebody else did as well. That wherever they were delivering to would only process 30,000 litres per month of whatever product. So they'd done the contract, they got 100,000 litres off the field, but where they had to take it to the sell point couldn't process it. Or wasn't processing it, or it was very peculiar. So it meant they wouldn't get paid for the contract and then couldn't take on another contract for potentially 3 and a bit months until they'd delivered all the products. It was very odd. So yeah, don't know if anyone else has experienced any of those kind of issues, but it was a bit worrying, isn't it? So yeah, it's just been a weird few days actually. I'm just trying to kind of get my head around everything. But I did have that weird thing, you know, when I've said before about you can kind of get blasé about what you're doing, and you sort of play day in, day out, and you know, if you're making videos or you're just playing day in, day out and enjoying it all, you can get a little bit kind of blasé about everything you're doing. And over the last few days, I've missed playing. You know, it's that kind of. I woke up this morning, and I think how I was feeling was overridden by my need and my want to come back on and farm. You know, does that sound weird? I don't know. I missed the tractors and I missed all the, you know. Yeah, it probably does sound a bit weird, doesn't it? But anyway, that's just me. Sorry about that. Had a bit of a play on Gran Turismo 7 because obviously that came out yesterday. But again, just so tired. It was that kind of, oh yeah, brilliant, you know. I'd pre-ordered and it pre-downloaded and I can't wait. And I sat and thought, oh no, I'm going to have to go and lay down. Great, isn't it? Absolutely great. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Get this going. I have, like I said, I have cultivated field 2 that we harvested our own sorghum. One of the mods that did pop up, and I haven't had a chance to actually look at it properly, was the greenhouses that take extra stuff now and improve yield. I might take a look at those because we've got the 3 that kind of came with the garden centre. I don't know whether it might be worth putting some more in. My lettuce production is fairly slow, so I was wondering about maybe adding those in. But anyway, like I say, what we're going to do is we're going to take some stuff to the biogas plant. Might as well get that processing along with everything else. Everything's going. The butter, oh, that was what I was going to say as well. Our butter production, planks, all that sort of stuff, it's all going really well. And I've realised I'm probably going to be driving off the map. Hang on, just stop a second. Oh, flour. I've got, because I've selected storing, because obviously my my bakery's full, 65,000 litres. There we go, our butter, 2,931 litres. I think that's going to take 7,000 as well, but that's in the green now. Milk, I haven't got much from the cows in the last half a month. We're probably at 4,000 litres, 3,593. Slurry got a fair bit, so yeah, we'll get that going. What was I going to show you? Sugar obviously is the same as it always is. Fabric's doing all right. Yeah, it was the butter, wasn't it? I need to check on the furniture situation and make sure they're all topped up, but all the wood, everything's going really well. So yeah, it's biogas plant next. I haven't really done any biogas work anywhere yet at all. Didn't do any biogas stuff on Elm Creek. So yeah, we'll get some stuff to the biogas plant. Why not? Get that generating and also get some digestate from it. I'm just thinking, we don't have a digestate sell point yet, do we? Or do we? Just trying to think. There was the Missy B one with 19, but I don't think we've got that. I suppose I could just store it and then at some point maybe get a spreader and we could use it. Use it for a bit of fertilising, especially if we get a double application rate. Yeah, we could too, couldn't we? Anyway, yeah, sorry. Bye! I suddenly thought I would have a load more flour, so I'd better come back up here and store it away. See what I mean? It's no different to the sugar. You know what they say as well. The darkest flour is just before the dawn. sorry. There were a few I could have done. Not my finest flour. That might be the thumbnail. Anyway, so yeah, I put a shelter in. We've got all of that. It's still chugging. And the thing is about it, if I need more flour for the bakery's just there. I can just whiz it around the corner. Same as with the sugar and selling it on Emma's. And that was the other mod as well. The 82 Studio TLX Phoenix has got the rigid back, but it's also, again, I haven't tested it yet. I was just reading the blurb. It's got an auto load for pallets, 17 pallets or something. I don't think it would necessarily fit here, but it might do. So yeah, I do have a load of lettuce here. We've got 4 pallets here, 4 pallets down there, and the greenhouses are still producing, which needs to be loaded and delivered. So I need to do that at some point as well. Cometh the man, cometh the flour. Yeah. Sorry, I'll stop. Right, I have already taken the telehandler over to the biogas plant with. Just pop that there. With a bale, because I wanted to test something. It was somebody asked me a question. Again, I'm so sorry. My mind's been all over the place. That was the other thing I think is trying to concentrate. I'm finding, have been finding, really difficult. I've been having this as well, this weird thing where my controller starts to droop. Anyway, yeah, my train of thought, I can't maintain a train of thought. I mean, I'm not on print at that anyway, but it's worse. That whole kind of, following along a sentence, again, I'm not great at that normally, but yeah, not so good. But yeah, someone asked me something about biogas plant and silage bales, so I thought, oh, you know what I'll do? On the video, I'm going to do some silage work, so I'll test it anyway. Apologies. I'm just going to whiz through and make sure that the carpentry is topped up with wood. We'll see how we're looking. Actually, I should have bought a skid steer loader in case we've got a pallet. I do know the pallets of furniture are quite heavy. I'm not sure the skid steer loader would work. It should do. Like I said, once we get our 4, well, that's not the hammer. That's 4, as in, you know what I mean. Yeah, we have got one. Cool. Right, first furniture pallet. Brilliant. Yeah, this is gonna keep topped up for ages. Did I say that the wrong way around? I'm just thinking now. You see what I mean about my brain? It's cometh the flour, cometh the man. Is it? Did I say cometh? It doesn't matter. Whichever. Cometh the flour, cometh the man. Anyway. I decided to lease a lorry. I've gone for wide wheels because of the problems I had getting the tanker up the hill. I thought, you know what, that makes perfect sense. But I don't even know if this will do it. It should do. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. And then what I'll do is I'll come back with the telehandler and the bucket. Let's just disconnect that. Move that out of the way because I was intending initially to use a tractor, but I won't now. I'll get into there. Can. And we'll take it by lorry. It wasn't cheap to lease the lorry, but I'm going to get a fair chunk for doing that sowing contract on field 17. Hopefully I'll get a sowing contract pop up on field 13 as well. So I'll make the money back and it just makes sense. I've been keeping an eye out for a lorry coming up with the second-hand market and nothing has done yet. So now, slurry is through here, isn't it? But what I want to do is back up. I don't really want to drive all the way through the cow field, do I? And then what we'll do is this will have to be thoroughly rinsed. If we're going to put milk in it again or water in it. This does take... Oh, hang on a minute. Just a thought. Does this even take slurry? There's me backing up and thinking to myself, I don't know that it does. Oh no. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh. I'm thinking, see, I've still go back to FS19 and we had so many modded versions that did everything, and my mind was thinking, yeah, of course. Of course. Actually, you know what I'll do while I'm here? Might as well just back up and stick it next to the milk tank. To be fair, with what we've got over there now with butter, I could take what milk we've got. It's not a huge amount. We could get cake underway now, really, but we'll save that. I'm going to need a tank of a slurry. That's not going to be cheap either, is it? How much is it to lease one of those? Bad boys. Bad boys for life. We've got the smaller one, but we've got 30 odd thousand litres, haven't we? So we need that. How much is that? So we're going to take 30,000 litres of digestate, and we're going to be spending about 12 grand on leasing stuff to take it. Does that seem economically viable to you? Long term, no. But then the cows will continue to make slurry, so I suppose buying one at some point would make more sense. But I did want to get some stuff to the biogas plant, so. Back to the store. Let's try this process again, shall we? Whoa. Turned a little bit sharper than I was expecting. It's going over a bump. Potentially the wheels off the ground, that's why. Yeah, this is got a mind of its own. I'm still not too sure what to do about all of that silage there, because as we move into spring, if the grass is grown again, we can always cut some more and redo it, can't we? Yeah, maybe we'll sell all of it. I don't really know yet. The cows disappearing, do we? Okay. Almost full. Just whether or not we can get up the slippery hill. That's going to be an interesting test, isn't it? You're right, thank you. All been fed. Right, let's give it a go. No time like the present. Gonna get a run up this time. We are slowing down. Come on. No. Just gotta go over that brow. Come on. Right. Okay. Sowing's going on really nicely. Once I'd done a couple of strips round, the workers quite happy. Chugging away. Sorghum's pretty good for seed usage as well. We don't tend to use it. I think another reason looking forward to precision farming is going to be that variable rate depending on the soil maps, and I found when I did it on Attingham, I didn't do a lot of precision farming on FS19, but when I did, I really did like the way the usage was done. It was just a better system, I think. It just worked really well. It works very well with the whole weed system, but I don't really use it either, so we have to look at that moving forward. get my head around the weeds and we'll go from there. But let's unload this, we'll get this. Something dawned on me as well, biogas plant, because the production changed, I can set my digestate to selling, can't I don't know what, we'll get paid for it, but whatever the biogas plant is doing, I guess. But now, as far as I'm aware, we can do this. Do we just do this here? There we go. Start overloading. Let's get that in. Bit of biogassery. Let's get that going. Right. So biogas plant. We're putting slurry in. Not a huge amount, but it is going in. Start that process and put that to. Do I want it selling or storing? You know what? We'll put it all in storing. We'll store it all. By the time it's all processed, there may be some other way of selling it. Oh, I don't know. Do I want to sell it? What have we got prices here? What have we got prices for? I don't think we have we? So many things. I can't keep my head around it. No, so when it says selling, what is the price? Is that just whatever the price the biogas plant is saying it's going to sell at? Biogas plant manure. But then we own it, don't we? So it doesn't work once you own it. See, the whole dynamic changes. From FS19, to use the biogas plant, you had to own the biogas plant, but then when you sold anything at midnight, you got paid for it. On 22, you can sell there, but then if you want digestate, you need to buy it, but once you buy it, you then don't get paid. That's right, isn't it? Okay, I've just realised I was going to do the silage bale, wasn't I? I was going to reverse the way back. There's no point. What we'll do, yeah. What I was going to check was the bale situation. See, weird stuff like this has been happening. I don't know why. That was on those forks. How was that end up over there? Anyway. That log bridge that had moved even more, so I took it out. I don't know if anyone else has had any problems with the log bridge. Yeah, so the question was about these. Now I can't remember whether I tested the BGAs for bales, whether it will take them in front, whether I need to just put it on the floor and it will take it, which I'm not sure it will. It will. Cool, okay. Or whether it will take it inside or not. But yeah, the thing to bear in mind for the person, well, so I'm so sorry, the person that asked, it could be that it was at its capacity, because the other thing to double check now is, I've put a bit of silage in, but obviously not very much, 5,000 litres. If that's full, and you try to put bales in, they'll just sit, because obviously you can't take any more until it processes some. That's potentially it. Could be why the bales weren't disappearing, maybe. So I can put that on processing as well. Yeah, we'll leave digestate on all of it. I'm going to bring manure now. We'll get the manure over. Sugar beet cut is all in for the sugar processing. So manure will be the next thing. We'll get a manure over. That can go back to. I've got 3 bolts. No, bolts are the smaller things, aren't they? I've got 3 pallets of fabric sitting over there. We'll need tailors at some point to sell those to. And as I said, the sugar's all sold now. It's quite frustrating, the fact that I just spent out, how much I spent out? 12 grand, whatever it was, to lease that for one run. I do think, I know there's an hourly rate, but I do often wonder, I do think sometimes, especially if you're going to lease something like really short term, for like less than an hour, you should just get charged like the hourly rate, not, you know, I know there's the initial lease cost, that initial lease cost is supposed to sort of cover insurance and damage and stuff like that. And normally, like when you're leasing a car or something like that, or renting a car, however you want to refer to it, that covers damage and all that sort of stuff. And it's normally like a security deposit you get back. So it's that kind of thing, especially when you've got the more expensive stuff. If you're not going to use it for very long, there is that economic trade-off, and also that question of the amount of time I'm going to use it for, is it worth what I'm paying out? But then I wanted to move to slurry, and I didn't really have a lot of choice other than buying one, and then the cost of buying one is even more than leasing one, so I guess that doesn't work out either. It's the age-old problem, it's nothing new, it's just how it's always been. So what I'll do now is get the telehandler back, get the bucket on that, get the small trailer over the Flegel, we'll get that loaded up with manure, and get over to the biogas plant. And then once I've finished the contract on field 17, I will then get over to our field 2, and we'll decide what crop we're going to put in the ground. I think I might do wheat or barley, because I want to get some crop, and also like for chicken feed and that kind of thing, but also for straw. It just gives us that ongoing roll of straw, hopefully. I think we might have a full... Got a full thing? Yeah, I'm not sure we've got a full thing of wool. Sorry, full thing? A thing of wool. So, Massey Ferguson tractor, got the Flegel trailer on the back. We're going to go into the cow field, telehandler's there, got the bucket on it. Let's get the manure that's in the little manure bunker. Then we'll get that up to the biogas plant as well. Might as well use all the byproducts. I've also, I have set it to selling. I don't know why, I have. If we put that to the side, should be alright about there. Cool. Get that up as well. I do love this kind of frosty, I don't know, makes it feel like a fresh morning. It's brilliant. I know that's the whole point, but you know, just in case any cows get past us. Right, let's JCB it. Lights. Actually, we can do this from the trigger, can't we? Can we just film straight up to the trailer? Pretty sure we can, can't we? Let's just double check something. Yeah, I think we can, can't we? I mean, you kind of... I think you lose something by doing that. The whole... This is kind of part and parcel, isn't it? I guess it's the same as it's always been. I say always been, but... you've got the option, haven't you? If you want to go for a more kind of... This is how you would do it, or, you know... And like I say, I'm not saying ultra-realistic. I know I don't play ultra-realistic, I know that. But if you want to add a little bit more immersion and realism, you can do it this way. But if you want to just back up and load, I'm pretty sure... I don't want to do all of it, though. It's funny how processes you either haven't done before or haven't done very often. I'll just do it from there. We can't start filling or not? Yeah. If I just press L3, it's taking the manure straight out of the pile and putting it into the trailer. So yeah, you can do it either way, can't you? If you want to save a bit of time. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'd rather do it the other way. I know there'll be times when you're in a hurry and you think, you know what, no, I don't want to. Let's just get this done, get it delivered. But I honestly, I suppose it's kind of because it's always been part and parcel. You kind of get used to doing certain things, and I think as well, the one thing I do miss, I do miss the fact there's no animal mess, that we're not getting any animal mess on the floor. I used to kind of, I know sometimes again if you had loads of animals and it could get a bit at the end of every day or in the mornings or whatever. You have to come and clean them out. But that was part of animal husbandry, wasn't it? All the cleaning out, mucking out. There's none of that either. It's weird, isn't it? And I guess it just came down to the fact you got so used to doing it. We've got a lot more manure here than I thought. Not gonna lie. I'm going to try and do it this end actually, because I think I was just at tipping point. I was on a slope. I don't want to be on the slope. Right, so I will continue doing this because it makes me smile and it makes me happy. I will see at the biogas plant with the trailer. We'll get this in. That'll be 3 of the 4 products the biogas plant requires. Another thing as well is, I'm not sure if it's just the one that's on here, but we've got obviously the byproducts of the biogas production. We should have methane, we should have electricity and digestate. And the other thing I was going to say was, it's that weird thing that you've got them being produced, but the only thing you can sell there, outgoing products, is digestate. Now I'm trying to think if any of the modded ones you can. There's the modular biogas plant that had all sorts of accessories and add-ons. Maybe I need to get one of those, you know, add something onto that so I can either do things that are being produced, transform them into something else, or sell them, because you get a better bonus, don't you, by selling those too? Because at the moment I'm not sure where the electricity and the methane's going. It's being produced in inverted commas, but maybe I should stop those processes. And what we'll do, we'll have a look and see what's available, because maybe we need to enhance our biogas facility to give us a better profit margin. We'll look at doing that. We'll do some biogassery. Yeah, I'm getting there. Contract on field 17 has just gone past 84% complete, so not far off done. And we'll get this delivered. Yeah, so I think that's probably what we will look at. I wanted to get the seeding underway, then we'll get the seeding moved over. I wanted to get some of the stuff brought up here to the biogas plant. Flour, as we know, that's going great guns. But I think next steps is going to be enhancing our gas. Yeah, we'll enhance our gas production. So I know I've put loads of stuff down as placeables all around this area. We should have a bit of room for some accessories. We're going to accessorize our biogas plant. That'll be the next phase, I think. We'll stick the manure in. Hopefully I can't even see where the thing is. Put the other side. Nope. I'm hoping I'm getting a thing come up. There we go. Overload our manure. So, oh, it takes 18,000 litres of manure. That's annoying. That's a very small amount, isn't it? Okay, so we can definitely bring more silage up. I think what I might do then is do a full load of silage, bring that up. As we've got loads in that bunker, that silage clamp, we've got about 600 and something thousand litres in there. So we'll fill up a few trailers, I'll bring that over. And then what we'll do in the next episode, we'll have a look at, I've got them all turned off. I'm not going to turn them on yet. I'll fill up the silage, manure's full, slurry that will continue to chug away with the cows. And we'll look at ways of maximising our profit out of that. And then, yeah, so we'll accessorise that. Okay, so that is where I'm going to end it. I'm feeling a little bit wobbly. So I'll see you on the next one. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying the series. If you are, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.